Hello, in this video I'll be talking about spiritual awakening. Now for some people they have a near-death experience which causes them to wake up. Some people, oh it's a spider, sorry, don't like spiders. For some people, let's see, near-death experience, something traumatic, and some people just start to gradually awaken. That's kind of how mine started. At the time I didn't know I was going through a spiritual awakening. I just kind of started to question everything, like why our worlds ran this way, why some people are so stuck in their beliefs and their judgment, why people are still doing these awful things, why are people still hurting the environment when they know it's wrong. And I would say that would have been the first stage. The next one was I was kind of frustrated, I was angry, which there is a positive side to that too. You can become proactive and like a lot of people trying to help and save our planet. And I really do believe that our younger generation is a lot more open to that kind of stuff. I believe that children are more awake up until they start getting brainwashed, which that is the next part. After the anger and the frustration, you kind of start to get an understanding. You start to understand people are brainwashed with commercials, with the news, ads on the computer even. I mean, it's really hard to get away from that stuff. Billboards. So yeah, I would say the next part of it was understanding. I was very frustrated, and then I started to understand, some people just can't help it. You can't force people to wake up. You can try to plant seeds, but just not everybody is gonna wake up. Though more and more people are waking up, and it's a beautiful thing. I would say next would be hearing things, feeling vibrations, feeling the universe, feeling what's going on out there. When planets align, when we have solar flares, you start to physically feel these things. You start to ascend. You start to get ascension symptoms, which can be nausea, headaches, ringing in the ears is also another big one. Aches, pains, all sorts of stuff. Especially like if I wake up in the morning and I just feel drained, I feel nauseous. I'll end up researching like what's going on out there in the universe. I'll be like major solar flares. I'm like, oh, that's what's causing me to feel off today. You will start to be more aware of the energy centers in your body, like chakras. I would say after a couple years after my whole, frustration and all that stuff and questioning everything and why we're here, then I started to dig more into chakras and started to feel them, feel which ones were unbalanced and which ones were blocked. And then I started to work on those. And then seeing orbs is another part of waking up. Now with me, I don't, and a lot of people say that usually you see them out of the corner of your eye. That's usually how it is for me too. Like I'll just even just be watching TV and see this flashlight, or it'll just stay there and I'll look and it's gone. Also, which I don't want this to sound really weird, everybody has their own truth. Like the forest and woods would start to sparkle, shimmer a little. It's like I started to see the beauty in everything more. I started to feel love more. Which is also another part of waking up is regressing. Sometimes you move forward and you feel this and you start to understand why you're here. And then the next minute it's like, nah, none of that's real. You start to regress a little bit. And which is a good thing. Some of that is kind of like shadow work. You go back into yourself, you see how you're feeling, and once you're woke, you're awake. You'll regress a little bit. You need to do a little bit more self-healing, some more self-love, and then you'll grow even more. like maybe you're questioning all this stuff and you're like, none of that's real, it's all in my head. And then all of a sudden you will see like 1111, which for a lot of people is a sign that they're on the right path. For me, when I see 1111, I usually say what I'm grateful for. Even if I'm feeling really down, that's like a sign like everything's going to be okay. And I'll be like, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for the roof over my head, I'm grateful for my meals today. Which, another thing, when people say that they start to awake, a lot of them become vegetarians, which I've tried that. I'm a skinny person. I just started putting on weight, so I was a little hesitant about it. And honestly, I just believe as long as you are grateful for everything that you eat. I did slow down on eating steak though. I maybe eat steak twice a year because I can feel you when you start to awaken, you feel it. Sorry, my dog interrupted me. You start to feel how foods affect your body, how deep fried foods lower your energy, and how eating salad and fruits raise your energy. So, I mean, I'm not saying cut everything out because I don't. I mean, I still have a pizza once in a while. But you really start to be conscious of the way it makes you feel. Um, so, I mean, it's best to try to eat good, to stay up in high vibrations. Because, I mean, it also has emotional effect on you when you lower your vibrations. So then there's, with the synchronicities also. You can even Google the numbers that you see, especially like if you see 444 and you see it so many times, maybe look it up, see what the angel or spirit guide meaning of it is. So synchronicities is another big one. Even if you see like the same animal over and over, even in your dreams, a lot of times with awakening, um, these bugs. A lot of times with awakenings, you get messages in your dreams. You will start to have more vivid dreams, which I don't know if it's the awakening for me. Like I say, some people regress, question a lot of stuff. I just made this dream catcher a few months ago, and I've had vivid dreams every single night. You may actually even start to become aware of astral traveling in your dreams. Which that was weird for me. Like I said, when I first started my awakening, I had no idea what was going on. But I woke up in the morning, I was like sheep, like zombie, doing the same thing every morning, waking up, doing my coffee, putting on the news, and I was sitting there in the chair, and all of a sudden something hit me, and I was like vibrating. And I was looking up everything, trying to find information about it, and I reached out to one of these awakening groups on Facebook. And they were like, I bet that was your astral body coming back. So, like, if you have sleep paralysis, that is another symptom of your astral body coming back. Like, when you wake up, it's still just not back there yet. And your body's kind of just still going through the motions and routines. That is another way to help you also with your awakening process and to keep it going in motion is to stop with the routines. Try something different. So after the synchronicities, really, I think people start to realize that they create their own reality. This one was kind of a tough one for me because this world seems so real. Everything seems so real. I didn't understand how you can get what you want. And there's the saying, ask and it will be given. So this one, it took me a little bit of time. I would say about 6 months because I was, like I said, I was really skinny. I was like 105 pounds, like 5'6", really skinny. And I was starting to get depressed about it. And even with strangers out in public, they're like, eat a cheeseburger, go eat a pizza. I'm like, I eat more than my husband who's over 200 pounds. I eat. And so I started to manifest my own weight. And it's worked. I'm 120 pounds now. This works. This whole create your own reality. You can change the way you look. You can change your life. Like, we weren't doing that good with money, and I kept daydreaming In my mind, like, we had money. I daydreamed about going on vacations. I daydreamed about having a new vehicle, which our vehicle isn't super new, but it's new. Like, we just got it a month ago, and it's a pretty good truck. So we have two vehicles. I just really started to feel what it would feel like to have those things. So it's not just, I want this, and you get it. You have to really feel it. You have to, in detail, as much as you can in your mind, what it is that you want, what it would feel like if you have that. Start living like that. Also, being a Capricorn, I had a hard time spending money. I would want to save money to spend money, but like, if it wasn't a bargain or a deal, I didn't want to spend money. And that was kind of slowing down the whole manifestation stuff. So once I started to, I don't want to say spend all your money, but once I started to spend it knowing it would come back to me, that has changed a lot too. Our flow of money is a lot better now. So let's see. Oh, and I would say that even with health, also I did start becoming a Reiki healer. I'm still working on getting my master's, but health, I kept wishing for good health. I was having a lot of feminine like health issues, which runs in my family. But then once I became a healer and I started to work on myself every day, every night before bed, I say what I'm grateful for. My pain has went away, which is amazing. This is something I've been going through for a few years now. I'm gonna have to pause this while the train goes through. Alright, now that train is gone. Okay, whereas I was talking about health. Now, when you're working with manifestation, law of attraction, you also start to notice that your thoughts create your reality. Like I was saying, you think, you daydream, you feel it. Now, things that you are also trying not to manifest, the more you regress a thought. Like with me, there for a moment, I was always worried about me getting sick, about my kids getting sick. I hate getting sick. So that was always on my mind. Now, it's like the more that I tried to regress that, it's like the more we would get sick, the more I would worry about us getting sick, the more my family would get sick. And then finally, I was just able to let it go. When I would start to worry about us getting sick, I would just say that I am grateful for how healthy me and my family are. I would still take my precautions, but I would still make sure to say that I am grateful and say that we are healthy instead of I want us to be healthy, or because there's a few things you have to avoid. If you say things like I want or I need, that means that you don't have it. And energy doesn't know time. So you want to say things like, I already have this. Now, what else? Along with synchronicities, when you realize you create your own reality, also you will possibly start to get some psychic gifts. Now, I realize that I am an empath, and I have a video on that too, where you start to feel what other people feel. And I talk about shielding yourself. Another one can be seeing auras. Now, when I first learned about auras, I thought only people and living things had auras. Then I started to realize everything has an aura. It may not have color like people or living things, because you realize everything is energy. And they're actually starting to prove that scientifically too. So, your thoughts are energy. Everything around you is energy. That's why you can change it with your thoughts, with your emotions. Also with spiritual awakening, your emotions will come up. Past emotions, events come up for you to learn and deal with them. Forgive yourself. That's a big one. Don't regret anything that's happened, because everything teaches you something. I think that's all I have to talk about. I wonder this video is not that long, but I guess I'll go into a few more, since I haven't been on here that long. A few other psychic gifts. A sense of knowing. That's a big part of a spiritual awakening. You getting more in touch with your intuition, getting these gut feelings, getting more signs from your spirit guides, your higher self, your third eye too. Now I do want to touch on that one a little bit, because when I first started my awakening and started to really get in touch with my third eye and started to see things and started to hear things more, like getting woke up in the middle of the night, stuff like that, I really wanted to grow it, and I worked on it too much, and that can be a weird experience. You want to make sure to balance everything, because if you only work on your third eye and you're not rooted into Mother Earth, into the ground, you will feel like you're up here. Like, it was like that Cold Head and Blue commercial where it was like a balloon, they're all stuffy and they feel like they're up here. That is how I felt. It was very strange feeling. It's like I wasn't in my body. Which, I had a few out-of-body experiences too. It's pretty neat. So yeah guys, that's all I'm going to talk about today. Maybe I will make another video on some more symptoms, ascension symptoms, law of attraction videos. That's all I'm going to make today. If you would like to subscribe so you don't miss my next one, comment down below. Let me know some of your experiences. I love talking about this kind of stuff. If you have any questions, maybe I'll be able to help. So let me know what you thought of the video. Hopefully I see you again next time. Thank you. Bye.